My first job was Hallmark. Yes. You know, you're in high school still and you need something close, and I, was like just trying to get something that was close to my house where I can walk because I didn't have a car yet. So Hallmark was like the only place to take me in and to give me a chance. I remember applying at like so many places and they just would not. They would not. They were like, no, like this little girl, like absolutely not. So yeah, it was decent, it was kind of like quiet. I wanted something more like upbeat, probably like at a mall, but money is money, so Second, Caputo's. If you don't know what Caputo's is, it is a grocery store, like fresh market, a lot of produce and stuff. I loved that job. I was there from 2 to 11, my senior year in high school, and it was so much fun. I was working with like a bunch of people my age, and basically, if you have never had a job like that, as a cashier, you have to memorize all of the produce, and I was really good at that. It was like a matching game for me. I was like, yes, I got this, bananas, 4011, But for real, that's really the banana code. If you ever, want to buy bananas, you can show off. Anyway, so that was like my favorite job. Number 3, I worked at a place called Gilly Hicks. That was a clothing store for women. They had like, it's kind of like a Victoria's Secret, but it was the sister store of Abercrombie. Abercrombie. Yeah, so like, they had like bras and underwear, sweaters, stuff like that. Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't too bad. I liked it. Not too hard. Another job I had was Sears. Sears lasted about 4 hours. Yeah, I hated it. I hated working there. It was during the holidays. It was super busy, and they had me in the back, like using the gun, like clicking like all the barcodes or whatever to see what stock they had. And I was like, no, I'm bored. I don't need this. Fuck it. So that was that. 4 hours. Payless was another one. Payless. I was there for a total of 1 day. I had a cool manager. She was dope. She was like smoking not with me, but she was smoking in the back, talking to me about life. Like, it was pretty cool. But their requirements, like, they count every person that comes in, and then, X amount of people came in, but we had X amount of sales. Why? And it's more just like pressure to me. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. I had to train for like 3 days or something. Like, it was just ridiculous to me at that time. I was young. Moving on. I worked at a diner for also about an hour. It was like some like little diner. I was just trying it out. I really needed like a very, very part-time job at the time. And it was like primarily Hispanic. I don't speak Spanish. So, but I guess some man had came in and he said that I ignored him or something like that. He didn't like how I like responded or something. I don't even remember what he's talking about. So maybe I just didn't hear him. Anyway, they didn't want me to come back, so I was like, okay, bye. Another one was Bye Bye Baby. That was pretty fun because I had like a lot of people that were my age as well, and we would just kind of mess around. You got to like, make the displays, and I was kind of in the baby registry area, so that was pretty cool, taking expectant mothers out and like telling them what to get and like, all of that. That was pretty fun. Liquor store. I worked at a liquor store in my hometown, and that was cool. I learned a lot about liquor, so I mean, that's all I got to say about that. I worked at a tanning salon. My friend, she was like one of my best friends at that time. She was the store manager, and she like took me in the back and was like, okay, let's have this fake ass interview. Hey, so what's been going on in your life, And then at the end, she was like, okay, so you got the job, like, blah, 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 coming in this day, blah, blah. I was like, dope, cool, I'll be here. I've never tanned in my fucking life. I had to learn everything. I'm like tan, as you can see, naturally, so I didn't feel the need to tan, so I knew nothing about tanning, but it was dope. Like, fuck yeah, I got to hang out with my friend, and she was like the boss, so like, you know, yeah. Called the Ram. That was cool too, because I actually worked with my best friend. I did a baby shower there, and it was really fun. Yeah, the food was amazing, like amazing. It wasn't bad. Yeah, like I liked the girls I worked with. Like, so I was the hostess, and then, you know, I wanted to do like waitressing, so, you know, I did a little bit of everything, kind of like trained for it, you know, but didn't really end up like staying there. Okay, so CMX Promotions, that was a travel agency. So yeah, that was interesting. A lot of fun, because it was an office of like 6 of us, 7 of us or something, and it was very small, but like it was so fun, because our the owner, he was like, yeah, like, you know, let's go out, let's party. So, you know, he would like take us and like get like a huge suite for us to just like party, and like it was more fun than it was work, and yeah, it was good. I like it. But that's no longer a thing, I think. So I worked at a home health agency after my first time going to college. I did that, and I hated it. Like, oh my God. Like, I was the one that was in charge of making sure that the physical therapists and everyone got their hours in. So basically that they handed in their timesheets and gave it to me. I checked it over, and then I would make sure to submit it for payroll, you know, so they can get paid. But it was just like, I didn't like the owners. They were very like rude, and then like I couldn't really understand them. There was definitely like a language barrier, and it just, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm out. Like, see ya, bitches. Fresh Express. And let me just say, I don't know that all of these are in a specific order. I'm kind of just like naming them now, because I couldn't really remember like when was what and all of that. You know, after about 5, things start, you know, getting kind of hazy. Anyway, back to where I was. Fresh Express. If you don't know, that is a lettuce company. Yeah. Is it just lettuce? Okay, whatever. So if you go to like a grocery store and you see the bag, it says Fresh Express, you know, the lettuce with the spinach, that was your girl, me. Let me tell you about this job real quick. So basically, it's a warehouse, you know, whatever, factory. You go in there, you have to be wearing 3 or 4 layers of sweaters, of sweatpants, of underwear, of socks, because it's a damn refrigerator, like literally, okay? You walk in there, you have to wash your hands a specific way, then you put on something over your clothes so they don't get messy, then they tell you where you're gonna be. So the assembly line is basically when the cabbages, okay, come off of the truck, they throw them down the conveyor belt, okay, and you're standing there with a fucking machete, okay? Like, I shit you not, it's a fucking machete, all right? The damn lettuce heads or whatever, cabbage heads, whatever, come down the thing, and they have the little stump on it, and you're holding it still, and they teach you, whoosh, and you have to chop it, okay? And then you just send it right down the thing, and then you throw out the little hard piece. So you're literally whoosh, pass, whoosh, pass, whoosh, for like 4 hours, okay, until your break. So at the time, it was with a different best friend, and it was cool. Like, I liked working with her by my side. Like, we actually lived together at the time. Like, it was pretty dope. It is what it is. We weren't getting paid that much, but it is what it is. It was cold as fuck, and the entire time is a workout. But moving on, 4 Eyes was another one. So it was actually like the I worked for the doctor, not Four Eyes, but I don't know if you know, like Four Eyes usually has like a doctor attached, and like anyway, it's like a private thing. So I worked for an optometrist, and that was okay. I was good at it, like, you know, nothing crazy. I worked with a few friends and stuff, so that was the funnest part. You know, that's all I'm gonna say, okay? That was the best part. Everything else was kind of like, but you know, whatever. Another one was a cupcake shop. That was fun. That was cute, but again, I didn't like the owner because she was very like, what are you doing? You know? And I was like, bro, I'm just trying to like sell some motherfucking cupcakes, yo, like, chill. But anyway, never got any free ones, so fuck you. And, oh, and then that cupcake place shut down like a year after, so. Children's Hospital. So I am still somewhat, I think, maybe like PRN at the Children's Hospital. So yeah, so I went to school for that 1 year. A very intense program. We can talk about that in another video. I am a certified surgical technologist. So yeah, I work with children, and yeah. So I am in surgery all day when I do work, and I love that. I'm very proud of it, and I think, you know, people in the OR should get paid more for all the stress and everything that they have to encounter on the day. The last one, the number 17, is my current job. I work from home. So I went from constantly on my feet for like 14 hours in a day to working from my bed. It is great. I love it. I don't think I can ever really go into work anymore. Like, this is life-changing. I would recommend working from home for anyone, especially someone that has kids or, you know, has some other responsibility that they need to be home, or just for anyone, really. Like,
dude, live your best life. Like,
you only got one. Like, what's stopping you? But anyway, so yeah, that's my 17 jobs. I didn't realize how many I had until I kind of just sat down and thought about it. Like, everywhere I go, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I used to work for a place that did that. Or, oh yeah, I used to work. And I was like, wait a minute, holy mother, I'd have had a lot of jobs. But you know what? The thing about having different jobs is that you learn a lot, like, honestly. Like, a lot of people are going to say, like, oh, you didn't give a shit about any of these. You had no type of, like, morals or, you know, whatever. You just up and left. And yeah, you know what? I was young. I up and left a lot of these. Yeah. But I learned a lot too. You know, I really learned about a lot about each one of these, you know, and I don't know, I think it still kind of makes you well-rounded in a way, but I would never up and leave anything now. You know, things are obviously different, but that concludes the video. 17 jobs I've had. All right, so see you guys in my next video. Peace.